Today, we're diving into one of the most outrageous debates in the combat sports world, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. It's a topic that's taken social media by storm, but folks, let's stop this madness right now. In this video, we're going to break down why Jake Paul, no matter how much you want to believe in him, does not stand a chance against the legendary Mike Tyson.
Coming to the ring, the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the pride of Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York, and the baddest man on the planet, Iron Mike Tyson!
Before we jump into the specifics of why Jake Paul isn't ready for Tyson, let's take a moment to understand who these two fighters really are.
The first
crouching in a very unorthodox fashion.
looked like that was an early headbutt. She started with the jabs.
As in any fight, but especially with debuters, whoever lands.
Brother Logan in LA was a bit distracted in his training for KSI.
Good jab from Jake. That's what he needs to do. He needs to take
It's a guy that tends to take control of the fight early.
Yes, you got unique. The style is from Gibb, crouching wildly, and that
Pushing in there without throwing punches. Being in his face isn't enough.
he wants a shot at KSI. He only gets it if he takes care of Gibb. That's another knock.
Jake Paul, the YouTube star turned boxer, has made waves by knocking out some relatively unexperienced opponents. He's fought former athletes, social media stars, and even retired UFC fighters. Sure, he's been winning, but let's be honest here. These are not the best of the best in boxing. Let's talk about Mike Tyson, the former heavyweight champion of the world, a man who, in his prime, was feared by anyone who stepped into the ring with him. Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champion at just 20 years old. He was a knockout artist with power, speed, and skills that have never been seen in the sport before.
Tyson scored many quick and brutal knockouts throughout his whole career, 22 of them coming at the very first round, and having a reputation as a devastating power puncher that could end a fight in the blink of an eye further enhanced his intimidating aura.
Jake Paul's boxing journey has been quick, too quick, if you ask me. He's been training for just a few years, and while he's certainly put in some work, there's no substitute for decades of experience in the ring, and that's where Tyson's edge is absolutely undeniable.
Mike Tyson taking punishment here in round 3 from Paul.
Taking bad punishment. Land a beautiful jab with right hand first. Right there, and knocked Mike off balance 2 times. And Mike was hot.
Demons on my mind, ain't nowhere to hide. Bound to get buried and filled up with all my to hide. Really gets all by design. My angel number been singing, I'm on demon time, so forget y'all.
What's that? Nice left hook! Up.
It was good for today.
Mike Tyson's career is filled with legendary moments. Over 50 professional victories, with 44 of them by knockout. Tyson was a vicious force who could end a fight in the blink of an eye. He fought the best of the best, fighters like Evander Holyfield, Larry Holmes, and Michael Spinks. These were men who had years of experience and skill, and Tyson still dominated.
this point, what I think he should have been doing from the first book, he just took a...
What I think he should have been doing from the first book, he just took a right.
But the referee trunks in the gloves and he's ready to go to war. Not even survive the first round. And he almost looked disgusted that Zalski looked ready to fall. What a body shot with the left hand right behind that. His jab is just an awesome weapon.
Jake Paul, on the other hand, hasn't faced that level of competition. Biggest opponents? Ben Askren, a retired MMA fighter with no striking power, and Tyron Woodley, a former UFC champion who's been out of his prime for years. Sure, Paul knocked them out, but let's not pretend that these guys are anywhere near the caliber of Mike Tyson.
Jake Paul sparred with former world champion Jean Pascal.
Let's talk about power. Jake Paul may have a solid punch, but Mike Tyson has the kind of power that can end a fight in seconds. Tyson was known for his brutal hooks, uppercuts, and ferocious combinations that were delivered with pinpoint precision. Tyson's knockout power was legendary. He could knock out seasoned fighters in one punch, and his physical conditioning was second to none. He was known for being incredibly fast for a man of his size, delivering blows with a ferocity that left opponents barely able to react. Jake Paul, he can certainly punch, but there's a difference between knocking out a fighter who's been out of the game for years and going toe-to-toe with a living legend who's known for ending fights with a single blow. Tyson has the raw power, the experience, and the physical attributes to make anyone in the ring with him think twice about stepping into the next round. Jake Paul, he's just not on that level. But let's not forget about the mental edge. Mike Tyson was a master of psychological warfare. He would mentally break his opponents before the bell even rang. His presence in the ring, his focus, and his fearlessness were terrifying to anyone who faced him.
It started Holyfield and sends him back a bit. To the body. That's what it was. You heard to the body.
Jake, even in his older age, Tyson is still an absolute beast. His comeback fight against Roy Jones Jr. showed that while he's not the same man he was in his prime, his skills and power have not diminished drastically. Tyson can still move, he can still throw punches, and he can still destroy opponents. Jake Paul, on the other hand, is still in the early stages of his boxing career. His conditioning is good, but Tyson has fought at the highest level for decades. He's been tested against the toughest competition in the world, while Paul is still learning the ropes. No matter how hard Jake trains, he can't fast-track decades of experience. So let's break it down. What happens if Jake Paul steps into the ring with Mike Tyson? Paul would find himself facing an opponent with world-class experience, a ferocious punch, and a mental edge that could shatter him. Tyson wouldn't just outbox him, he would break him down in a way that Paul has never experienced. Jake Paul is brave, no doubt about it, but he's not ready for Tyson's sheer power, speed, or experience. Tyson wouldn't give Paul the chance to land his shots. One mistake, and it's over. It's time to stop dreaming up these fantasy matchups. Jake Paul is a good boxer, but Mike Tyson is a once-in-a-lifetime fighter. There's a reason Tyson is considered one of the greatest ever, and Jake Paul, he's not even close. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment with your thoughts. Who do you think would win in a fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson? We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep it real and stay safe.